You know what your upper body day is? The day you go to the hairstylist and he does your hair. That's upper body day. Hey everybody, welcome to Miami Life and Fitness. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about, we're gonna target belly fat. How to target belly fat. We're gonna remove all this shit right here. What's the easiest, fastest way to target belly fat? All right, if you're gonna find this video of value and you're interested in how to lose belly fat, because you really just wanna lose the fat around your belly, your midsection, right? We'll go ahead and hit the like button now, subscribe, and stay tuned to the video and wait until the end where I give you the easiest and quickest ways to reduce belly fat, the right way. So let's get started with today's video. Oh, by the way, a lot of you gals, a lot of you ladies always ask me what makeup I'm wearing, what lipstick I'm wearing. I'm always changing my lipstick. So I am a big fan of NARS. I'm always using NARS makeup. I use their concealer, their blush, Orgasm, Super Orgasm, and lip glosses, lipsticks, and their bronzers. I use some stuff of YSL, especially their lipsticks and lip glosses. Love YSL. I do also love their concealer, but I'm going off on a tangent here. The lipstick that I'm wearing today is from NARS and it's called Cruising. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. It's called Cruising. I really love this shade. It's almost like a frost, but it's like a muted pink, and I really love it. So anyway, I'm also always wearing bronzer. I wear bronzer from NARS and I wear Laguna. That's the color that I wear. It's bronzer. Always, never leave the house without bronzer or lipstick. Ever. That's all I wear. It takes me 90 seconds to do my makeup. Out. Anyway, so we're gonna get started with the video. How do we target belly fat? So I get asked this question a lot. I see this comment a lot. I see it all over YouTube, social media. It's a very common question. People always ask how to lose belly fat. They want to target belly fat. You see a bunch of overweight people really doing lots of sit-ups, ab work, abdominal work, midsection work, on any types of machines on the floor with their neck, and it's almost gut-wrenching to me because I just want to stop and tell them, hey, listen, you really need to stop. Number one, it's not going to do anything for you. You're actually risking yourself of injury, hurting your neck, hurting your body, twisting your body in a way that your body's not going to be able to handle it. And at the same time, you're really never going to see it because if you don't get rid of all the 10 and 20 and 30 layers of fat covering the abdominal wall, you're never going to see your abdominal wall. So it's kind of really redundant to do it if you're not willing to put in the risk to lose the fat and change your diet in the first place. So here's the truth, and we're going to talk about this. So the truth of the matter is you can't target fat loss. You cannot target fat loss. You cannot say, okay, today we're gonna go to the gym and we're gonna target the fat on my arm. So today, everything that we do at the gym, it's gonna go right here. We're gonna target all this little area here. No, tomorrow we're gonna go, okay, today we're gonna target the fat in the back of the thighs. So tomorrow, everything that we do in the gym is gonna target all right here in the back of the thighs. And tomorrow's gonna be the fat in the butt. And the next day it's gonna be the fat in your back. And the next day it's gonna be the fat in your abs. Listen. There is no such thing as targeting fat loss. Fat loss happens overall. It kind of just shreds itself, kind of like water cascading down. It falls off from top to bottom in a uniform pattern. So when you lose fat and you lose overall fat, it will start to come down in a uniform pattern. It's not targeted and it's not going to one specific place first. You may see it happening more in a specific place where you have more body fat stored, yes, but you cannot target fat loss. Like if people start doing abs and ab work and sit-ups and crunches, you're not gonna lose fat. That's not a way to lose fat. You have to get rid of the fat that's sitting on top of the muscle first, and this is for any muscle group. So that's the first thing. What's gonna take up this space? Either all fat or all muscle, or it could be half fat and half muscle, but the muscle's gonna be down here. What's gonna be showcased is the fat. So in order to showcase the muscle and have the muscle out to the front where everybody can see the muscle nice, defined, and in this beautiful shape, you have to showcase that, and the only way to do that is to build it bigger and bigger, and that will in turn start pushing the fat out of the way. But you actually have to create the muscle and build the muscle. So ladies, gentlemen, if you're actually working out using 5, 10, and 15 pound weight, I saw a guy I was doing shoulders on Tuesday, and there was a guy next to me doing 20 pounds on his shoulder exercises, and I'm thinking, dude, you're a dude. And I'm over here doing 40s. So, you know, you're not gonna get anywhere that way. You can't be scared to build muscle. Ladies especially, you can't be scared to build muscle. You're not gonna look like me. You're not gonna look like a giant bodybuilder. You're not gonna look like a man, but it really is the only way to start building the muscle so that you can actually look more defined, or the word tone that everybody likes to use, but there's no such thing. It's defined, lean, and fit so that your muscles can be showcased. And actually when someone looks at you, they can go, wow, she works out, or wow, he works out. And that's the way to do it, but you have to build muscle and you have to lift heavy. So now what happens is the fat is sitting on top of your muscle. Whether you have a little bit of muscle or whether you have a lot of muscle mass. If you're trying to shred fat and you're trying to reduce the fat is sitting over the muscle. The way to do that is, instead of focusing on fat loss or targeting a certain area and focusing on fat loss in that one area, first of all, target on overall fat loss. And how do we do this? First, we check our hormones. Remember that everything needs to be aligned, in balance, and restored in order for your body to work properly, which means you have to have adequate levels of testosterone, ladies as well, and you have to have in check levels of estrogen. If your estrogen levels are too high, again, this is not for Betty Sue, who's home, who's an accountant, who sits at home all day, or who knits all day, or is on her computer all day and then watching movies and eating potato chips and pizza. We don't care what her estrogen level is, because she doesn't care herself. So if you are an athlete and you are a fitness person, whether you're starting your journey or whether you've been in fitness for 10 years, if you are in fitness and your goal is to get fit, lean, and defined, and you want to build muscle and your goal is to shred fat, then you need a estrogen level that is in check. When I mean by in check, I don't mean super low, but I mean on the lower end of the spectrum, right around 50. 30, 40, 50, 60, fantastic. If you're a competitor, way lower than 40. So these are the things that you need to keep in mind. Nobody will ever tell you this. A doctor won't tell you this. Your coach, your trainer won't ever tell you this, because 90% of the people don't know. But if you want to keep everything balanced to a certain level, you need to have adequate levels of testosterone on a higher end of testosterone level, men and women, and on the lower spectrum of estrogen. We all need estrogen because estrogen helps to build muscle as well as testosterone. So we do need adequate levels of both, but we do not need high levels of estrogen. And the fatter you are and the more higher body fat you have, more than likely you will have a higher amount of estrogen, because the two go together. So the first step to focus on is to get your hormones balanced. Now we're gonna focus on diet. Your food is very important as well, because with food is everything. Food is 80% of your outcome. You need to adjust your food, tweak your food, really cut your calories to the adequate dose that you need, and eat the proper amounts per meal, frequent, and 5 to 6 times, so frequently throughout the day. And you can spread them out, eating the right amounts of proteins and the right amounts of carbohydrates depending on your lifestyle. If you are if you are excessively overweight or obese, then carb cycling is gonna be best for you, where you're not fasting, where you're still eating 5 or 6 times a day, but you're carb cycling every other meal. Your body's still gonna push from the fat that's stored as energy to burn that off. You don't need carbs at every meal. Then when you tweak your diet, and if you need help with assistance, food, or training, email me at miamilifeandfitness@gmail.com. Now, when you have your hormones in check and your food in check, which are the two most important and the most difficult, then we're gonna talk about training. Your training needs to be focused, muscle focused every single day to a specific muscle group, respecting each and every muscle group. Ladies, not combining upper body in one day, which is your arms, shoulders, back, and chest. Upper body day, there's no such thing as upper body day. There's no such thing. You know what your upper body day is? The day you go to the hairstylist and he does your hair. That's upper body day. If you go to the gym, your upper body consists of a arm day, a shoulder day, and a back day. And most likely, if you're not a competitor, ladies really don't need to do chest, or maybe just 1 or 2 exercises just to do the upper and the mid. And that's really all you need, is 2 little exercises. You can combine that on arm day, throw that right in there. Other than that, you can focus on 2 leg days, but that's really should be more or less your split. You can do 1 leg day, 2 leg days, maybe 3, but that's kind of pushing it. 1 to 2 leg days a week is best. But definitely no more than 3, and then respect your back, your shoulders, and your arms, and include those as well in your split. And you really need to train heavy and intense. If you're not training heavy and intense, if you're just in there playing games, doing selfies, your phone weighs as much as the weight that you're picking up, or your your dumbbell weighs as much as your water bottle, you're not gonna get anywhere in the gym, and you might as well quit and save your $50, $100 a month. Because you really need to focus on your training, and you really need to train correctly, heavy and intense, where you're breaking a sweat, where you're actually tearing muscle, tearing fibers in order to create that muscle where they repair while they are sleeping. And that is the only way to actually push the fat out of the way, where you're making room for one guy and you're making room for the important guy, and you're making way for the man of the hour. And the man of the hour is the muscle. The man of the hour is not the fat. The man of the hour is the muscle. And in order for that guy to shine, you got to get rid of the fat. So you got to build it, and then he gets the fat out of the way, and now you are showcasing the muscle. That's really the easiest way I can do it. So just to recap, there is no such thing as targeted fat loss, targeting your abs. Listen, it's not gonna happen. You know how you target your midsection? Shut your effing mouth, eat the right foods, check your hormone, and train properly. Those three things need to be in check. And for those of you that think that cardio is the answer, cardio is not. Cardio is an addition to and a bonus to your weight training plan and your weight training session. So the cardio should go afterwards, 50, 20, 30 minutes max, depending on your body fat or just how aggressive you want to get with it, 3, 4, 5 times a week. And that's it. Steady state is best. Stepper or Stairmaster are your most aggressive. If you can't do a stepper or Stairmaster, then I would suggest an elliptical or the treadmill, but Stairmaster or the stepper are the best because they are the most aggressive. But that's really it. It's really simple. There really is no easier way to say this, but it's hormones, food, and training. And then if you want to get on an anabolic cycle or take an anabolic supplement such as VAR, T-Ball, Primo, then you can, but you really need to make sure that everything else is in check. But you really need to make sure that your hormones are checked first to see if you should even get on an anabolic cycle. That's the end of the video. Like, share, subscribe. And if you like this video, you found value into the video and you found value in my content, then hit the like button, subscribe, and please share my video to all your friends, all your amigos, and let them know that you can't target fat. You can't target your abs. Everyone, have a great week. We will see you soon. Valentine's Day is next week. You know what I want? Touche chocolates. I would like 9 champagne truffles from Touche, because those are the best chocolate in the world. Haven't you heard? Bye.